Hey everybody, welcome to Hey We're Talking. It's me, Scotty D, and I've got my friends here, Bob and Derek. We are ready and raring to go on this topic. Bob has been, he's actually been going crazy saying, hey guys, can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? He's a huge, huge fan of the topic that we're going to talk about today. I'll tell you about it in just a moment. But before we do, I'm going to toss the old pigskin over to Derek and let him tell you about GameFly. They're a sponsor of the show. Go ahead, Derek. Tell us about GameFly.
Oh, thanks, man. GameFly.com is a service where you can rent video games or movies. You sign up, they send them to you, you play them. When you're done with them, you ship them back and they send you another one. And if you go through our special website, GameFlyOffer.com/HWT, the HWT stands for Hey We're Talking, you get a free 1-month trial. You can try it out, see if you like it. And you're going to like it. I know Scott's doing it. He loves it. And then you can subscribe. A little reasonable monthly fee to rent video games or movies. So check them out. GameFlyOffer.com/HWT.
Beautiful. He nailed it. It was just, that's a thing of beauty.
Great job, Derek.
Great job. That was a flea flicker, what I did right there.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about football, not professional football, something better. College and high school football. Now,
woo!
I'm a huge college football fan, but I must admit I've heard great things, but I have not attended high school football games. My school growing up did not have high school football. And but I live in an area where high school football is huge. In fact, we have one of the best national football teams in the country right down the street from me. But anyway, let's talk about high school football first. I know that Bob is a huge high school football fan. He actually goes to games and he keeps track of the players. He's got a board where he puts all their pictures up and little stats about them. He's really into it, right, Bob?
Not at all, actually.
Oh, okay.
You maybe sound like a little stalker or something.
I wanted everybody to be frightened.
So high school football, obviously when I was in high school, I was too cool to go to any of the high school football games. But now that both of my kids are in high school, things have kind of changed. My daughter has not been involved in any football or activities or any extracurricular stuff, but my son is in marching band, and marching band is required to be at all the football games. So beginning this year, I will start attending a lot more of the football games to support my son. But of course, encourage some of his friends that are playing on the football team just to do well and everything like that. So my son will be in the pit of the marching band, which is basically the section that makes most of the noise throughout the game and all that stuff.
Now, Bob, is high school football really huge by you or no?
Yes, high school football is huge around here. We've got one of the larger schools and within this area, and really a pretty good team all the time as well, and a lot of rivalries between the towns surrounding us. So it is a pretty big deal.
And I don't even have to ask Derek. I know already. High school football is huge by you, right?
West Texas? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yes. High school. We are just about 40 miles that way, 40 to 50 miles that way. Friday Night Lights. That's where that went down.
Texas forever.
And there's still, I think that same coach that was played by Billy Bob Thornton, I think it's the same guy still there running the team. So they're always, so this time of year, we're really getting ramped up. And I know that in Borden County, our guys that are listening through CoyoteCountryRadio.com, Borden County is a small school. They do 6-man football. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But it's just like it says. They use a shortened field, and there are 6 players on each side. I haven't actually been to a game. I see the highlights, but it is very fast. There's very high scoring. They have a mercy rule. If you score 50 more points If you're up by 50 points, then it's a mercy rule, and the scores go super high because it's basically just throwing the ball, and very high scoring game. In Borden County, the Borden County Coyotes in Gale, Texas, they are consistently the top team in the state. Like,
that's awesome.
State champions, like every other year, it seems like. So it's really interesting. And around here, yeah, just like you said, Bob, my son, he's going into high school. He plays saxophone. He's going to be he is in the marching band. And as my schedule permits, I will be attending games at the Forsan High School. Go Buffaloes!
Whoa.
My alma mater. I also like going. I know you guys haven't been to high school games, but I do. I have enjoyed going to Forsan High School's football games throughout the years. It's fun to see the competition, to see the rivalries. I don't get too intense about it, but there are some people in the stands who are crazy.
I think you always get those parents. In every sport, you get those parents. When my son was doing basketball, there were some parents that would sit around us, and my wife and I just look at each other like, oh my gosh, these people are like, I mean, this is serious for them. We're just hoping our son plays well and has a good attitude and does the whole team spirit thing, and they're worried about, hey, he's going to college for this or something, but that's how it is.
Some people are just ultra competitive,
Yep.
I have not been to high school football games. I don't even know if I've ever actually been to one. So when I grew up in Michigan, high school football was not a big deal in the area where I grew up. And I just, I didn't go to a school that had it. So I didn't go to games, man. I just never really experienced that. Not that I can remember. And then when we had the unfortunate chance to live in Ohio, high school football was big. I'm kidding, Ohio. It was somewhat fun. It was a bad time to live there, though, as a Michigan football fan, because Ohio State just literally destroyed us every time we played them, and they still.
Well, if you look into the NCAA, preseason rankings, Ohio's number 2, Michigan's number 9.
They're mad at you for saying Ohio, by the way. You just blew it. You thought you were being cool and getting me mad for liking the Buckeyes, but you don't like the Buckeyes. You have to call them the Ohio State University.
Don't care.
You have to. That's how it works. You can not care all you want, but you've now made an enemy. Everybody that lives in Ohio is now your enemy because you called it Ohio.
That's okay. I will be in Ohio in September.
It's the Ohio State University.
I have to go to the
what city?
Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Let me ask you guys this.
Go.
Sorry, Bob. Finish your thought, but I got questions for you. I think this will make for interesting content.
Shoot the question.
My son's going to be doing for marching band. They've got a competition at the Hall of Fame Stadium, so it's going to be pretty awesome for them to play there, and we're going to go spend the weekend there.
Cool.
What's your questions, Derek?
Derek, shoot. Go.
All right. I want to know who are the big. You're going to have your college football fans in your area. What are the universities that have the biggest following where you are, where you're
currently?
Maybe not your current location. Maybe not your favorite college team, because I know Scott, you're a Michigan fan, whatever. But like in your area, like what are the big teams that everybody loves?
Well, I'll just do this real quick because it's very important for everyone to know where I live. In South Carolina, we got Clemson, the national champions of the NCAA football. That's right, the Clemson Tigers are right down the road from us. And then the other big one here is the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Bad name. And they say go Cox all the time. And I'm just like, what? Can you say that?
Yeah, I guess it sounds more aggressive than go Roosters.
Is that what a gamecock is? Is a rooster?
Yeah, it's like a fighting rooster.
Okay, there you go. See, you're learning stuff every day here on Hey We're Talking.
Go Chickens!
Go Chickens. Bob, what's popular by you?
So
we already
pretty
know.
much.
Go.
How do you know? Well, if you know, tell me what it is.
Well, the probably biggest known college in the Chicago area, which is not actually in Illinois, I don't believe, is Notre Dame football.
Yeah, that's in South Bend, Indiana, about an hour and a half from me. But that's the number one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no number two. Northwestern University, which is a small university,
they did well last year.
They do well, but I mean, so it's really, but everyone's fighting Irish. I mean, that's
what about the Illini?
Notre Dame's
Where's
the big
that
one.
at?
Illini,
Illinois, right?
Yeah, they're pretty big too. But that's really kind of regional, or unless you've gone to, to Illinois State or whatever it is.
Just Illinois University, University of Illinois.
Illinois University.
University of. Go ahead. Sorry.
U of I. Yes, University of Illinois. So if you've gone there, it's popular, but I mean, by far, Notre Dame's the number one for this area.
Yeah, Derek, this one's going to be interesting. It's got to be the Longhorns, right?
Remember, we're on Coyote Country Radio. We don't want to offend anyone.
No, in that area. Is the state. This is the state. Go ahead.
I know. It's a big state.
I would imagine that you're going to get a lot of people that really are devoted to the Texas Tech Red Raiders because Lubbock, Texas is
that's
a mere
true.
100 miles north of my location and about 50 miles north of Borden County. So I would imagine there are lots of Texas Tech Red Raider fans around here. A lot of people that I know went there.
Okay.
Now, I think there is also a huge fan of the University of Texas Longhorns.
Longhorns
too.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of people that go back and forth. And just like you were talking about, some people that go to the U of I, we have the Texas Aggies.
Yep.
So we have
Texas
a few
A&M.
fans here. Yeah, there's only a few. They're way far away.
What about TCU? Where's
fans.
TCU?
TCU's in Fort Worth.
Okay.
And that's 250 miles east of me. My coworker Paige is a big TCU fan. Her daughter went to that school, but now she's in Texas Tech.
There you go. Yeah, there's some really, really, really good football in Texas. If you like football, I think Texas would be just a fantastic place to live and grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because technically they're called America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, which is professional. I'm sorry, I'm kind of crossing over. But you've got the Houston Texans also. And I mean, Texas is probably big enough at some point if they really wanted to. I bet you they could do a third NFL team. I bet you they could, don't you think?
They were considering, I think, at one time, whenever the Hurricane Katrina ran around and displaced the Saints, they did a few games in San Antonio, and I was living there at the time. So they played in the Alamo Dome a few games. So they were. I think there were talks locally of maybe.
Was that before the Texans came in the league? I can't remember. I think it was.
No, I think the Texans were around.
Okay.
I think. But, they were around.
Is it basically, I know we're, again, crossing over into the NFL, but in Texas, is it basically like I'm a Cowboys fan?
For the most part.
Okay.
There are some people who, I mean, I would imagine in Houston they love the Texans. And there are people around here who like the Texans, but this is cowboy country for sure.
For sure. And I think that most of the time when someone there's a lot of Cowboys haters. Let's be real, right?
Yeah.
They're just people that are like, it's the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. So
there are cowboy haters here too.
Yeah. So there you go. It's kind of like the Patriots.
You always get, exactly. I was just going to say, you always get that. I mean, the Patriots, Scott, you posted something on Facebook, something Tom Brady met up with a young kid who was sick and you just look at all the haters on there. You're always going to have haters.
It's always amazing when they do that, when somebody does something nice, like the stuff that people used to give Tim Tebow a hard time about all the time. I'm like, dude, this guy is like literally almost the nicest person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And people still are like, Tim Tebow, stupid. He can't play football.
There's always people that when they're successful teams or successful individuals, you've always got to have haters. That's just kind of how it is.
Tebow had wild success in college, but he never had professional success. Now he's in the minors for the Mets, but he's pretty. He draws the hugest crowds at these minor league games, and he'll just like talk to little kids and stuff and sign things, and just the kids. He just has this thing about him. He's just so kind to everybody. I've never seen Tebow.
Like
I've never seen Tebow like go, I'm just busy right now. Can you give me a break? He's just like always the kindest, the kindest guy. It's crazy. It's always weird when you meet someone that's that nice. Because I know a couple people in my personal life that I'm always like, I'll say to them, like, for real, I'm like, you're so nice. Do you ever just lose it and say something you regret or anything? And they're like, yeah, sure I do. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't.
Well, what's good about you, Scott? You always make time for your fans, and I appreciate that. You're a good guy.
Yeah, my dogs and my wife, I always make time for them. You're right. Completely. So I would like to go to a high school football game. I really would, because
well, come on up and
no.
I'll pay your way to get in,
dude,
and I'll buy you some nachos or some veggie sticks
no carbs,
or something.
Okay, no carbs. I think I can do the ranch with keto. You could do a little ranch with the celery, but I hate celery. All right, but there's a huge team here in South Carolina, and I don't know the name of them, but they're like a really big school. Dorman High School. It's their football team has been nationally ranked before. Not number one, but they're in like the top 5 nationally, which is crazy. But that football team is you can't even get tickets. Like I wouldn't even be able to get in. It's a really hot ticket because, like we were talking about, there's no professional sports teams in South Carolina. The closest thing we have is Charlotte. It's about an hour and a half away from here. And then the next closest place would be Atlanta, which is 2.5 hours away. So we don't have a professional sports team. And there used to be, maybe it's some part of the Boston Red Sox lower league system was down here, but I can't remember the name of them or whatever. But there is like a minor league baseball team in Greenville, but that's about it. So you got college football, high school football, college and high school. That's it, man. Here, so
yeah.
Well, for Derek, baseball should be pretty hot too with the Houston Astros. I know this ain't a football themed thing, but baseball should be kind of popular right now. You got the Astros, which are kicking butt. I don't know where the Rangers are currently sitting, but
good. Yeah, we're in Rangers country. Everybody loves the Rangers, and some people like the Astros. I'm a big Rangers fan. Well, not a big Rangers fan. I like going to a game once or twice a year.
Baseball is one of those things that going to it is actually enjoyable. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
To be there is way more fun than watching it on TV, for sure. I think that's the only sport I would feel that way about.
Can I take it home,
hockey
Scott?
Would be a blast.
I'm gonna take it home today, but I like you for remembering to tell us to take it home.
Well, remember that Coyote Country Radio is going to be broadcasting Borden County High School football
6-on-6
this fall,
which was awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun, by the way.
Yeah, I believe Goonie will be calling the games himself.
Hey, this is Goonie, and you're listening to Coyote Country Radio. We've got the Borden County Coyotes.
That's what Coyote Country Radio is all about. It's for playing music, but it's also to cover local sports over in Borden County. So
that would be fun. Hey, Goonie, why don't you just relocate the 3 of us to Borden County, and we'll be on your show, and we'll help you with anything that you need help with.
We'll sleep in his living room. It's fine.
We do need a lot of money, though. So I don't know what the budget is, but we'll work on the contract details and get down there. I love that we're on Coyote Country Radio. It's awesome. And by the way, I actually was like, how can we make it so that Goonie can split up the show? Because he plays commercials and stuff during the show, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. But he does it so well. Like the ones that I've listened to so far, I'm always just like, that was a good break. Perfect spot to take a break.
Yeah.
It works out really well. So I like the way he's doing it.
Hats it's almost off like he's to you, a professional. Goonie. Yeah, it's almost like as if he's a professional radio guy.
I feel like maybe he's done this before. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So, hey, we appreciate you guys listening to the show, whether you're listening on Coyote Country Radio or if you're hanging out, listening on a podcast, watching us on Facebook or YouTube, we wouldn't be doing this. Well, we probably would. Even if nobody listened, we'd still do it just for fun. But it's fun to know that there's people out there that listen to the show. And especially it's fun when people tell me what's wrong with the show. I like that. Constructive criticism is always welcomed here on the program.
Very true, Boontar.
On the program, we always are welcome to hear things from you. Anyway, so you could contact us through heywe'retalking@gmail.com. You guys know all this stuff. At heywe'retalking on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Although our social media game is weak. We got to work on that, guys. Who's the big social media guru here? It's probably
you.
Gosh dang it. I don't want to take it on. I'm kidding. All right, so we want to thank, once again, Gamefly for being a part of this program, for sponsoring this show. We would appreciate it if you guys would go out and try Gamefly. It's simple. You get a free 30-day trial if you go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. See what I did right there? Gameflyoffer.com/HWT. That's where you got to go. That's how you get the 30-day free trial. After that, you can start on the program after you see, hey, I actually like this. I got a game. I conquered that, whatever it is. I don't know what you're into, but you conquer that game and move on to the next one. It's simple. It's easy. They send it to you in the mail. When you're done with it, you drop it back in the mail and send it right back to them, and they send you a new one. How simple could it be?
You might as well get it for Madden. That way you can hang on to Madden for as long as you possibly can.
No, don't hang on to it too long time because I want to play it. And I think
they've got
I'm way down the
copies.
list. I'm way down the list. But we'll hope I get it because I do want to play Madden. And if there's a game that you like, by the way, you can buy them at very discounted rates. And they've got all sorts of good stuff. They've got movies. They've got every gaming type system you could think of. So please go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT and give it a try. 30 days. What do you got to lose? Nothing. All right, guys, we appreciate you. I've already told you all that. We are going to see you on Friday, and I think we're going to talk about something. I just can't remember what it is, Bob. What are we talking about on Friday?
We are talking about the end of summer and the end of summer vacations.
Oh, Bob is sad. He does not like this.
I don't like winter. But we'll
talk about it on
next
Friday.
episode.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.